It's been a couple of months since I've used the hot tub. A few different reasons, diverter valve broken, etc, etc. But I've now given myself a reason to get it fired up and working. And that reason is these Herdio speakers, outdoor speakers. I'm going to pop them on either side of the hot tub. It's going to more than fill this space for when we're partying and entertaining. Or just if we're relaxing in the hot tub. That's the main reason for them. It's for the family, not for anybody else. They are 300 watt peak output, so 150 watt peak each. I'll go through more of the specifications and the details when I'm fitting them. But yeah, just going to get it all tidied up and then we'll go through the install. From left to right, we've got the power cable. Obviously we're in the UK, so it's a 3-pin plug, but wherever you buy them from, you'll get the plug that's relevant to your country. You've got the transformer, which the power cable plugs into, and that's a 12-volt outlet. Now, if you don't want to use the plug and the transformer, if you've got your own power source, you get supplied with this, which is basically the 12-volt connector on the end of it, and then you just wire it into your own power source. And then finally, one of these speakers is the slave speaker and one is the master speaker. And what I mean by that is one of these is powered using these, and then you run speaker cable to the second speaker, which powers and works that. Now what that means is you only actually need one power source which goes to the first speaker. You don't need power sources to two, and you can extend the speaker cable to about 50 feet if I'm not mistaken. Right. The specifications then. The model number for these speakers is HOS 501. There's another two models in the family, the 401 and the 601. These are 150 watt each, so that's a peak of 150, so combined 300 watt. With the 401 you've got 100 watt each, and with the 601 you've got 200 watt each. Each unit comes with two speakers in it. You've got your woofer, and in the 501 model that's 5.25 inches, and the tweeter, which is over here if I'm not mistaken, that's a 1-inch tweeter. I've said that they both run off 12 volt, and this unit's powered by anywhere from AC 100 volts up to 240 volts. And the Bluetooth is version 5. Obviously you can use this with Android, you can use it with Apple, any device that's got Bluetooth on it. That's the walkthrough of what comes in the box. Now we just need to get them installed. Should be a 10-15 minute task this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on the 𝐬𝐃 at the back, and I'm going to install them on the inside of the coloured floodlights. I'm also going to install them this way up, not that way up. And the reason for that is, depending what's happening out here, I just want to be able to move them directionally to where I want the noise to be best. Now for the installation, all I need is a few tools. I'm going to reuse some screws that I've got off another job, and it doesn't get supplied with any fixings, primarily because they don't know whether it's going to be brick, block, wood, a hollow fixing, so you have to provide your own fixings. And these are going to be onto the 𝐬𝐃 sleepers at the back. So the 4 screws, I'm going to pilot hole them. I'm going to use my trusty Makita, and you do get a couple of options of how to fit them. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to screw them in so that they will stay there. I'm going to use these mounts. So that's going to go into the wood, and then basically the speaker will just sit on there like that. And the reason why I'm doing that, and I'll show you later, is I don't really want to leave them out over winter. So it'll be easier to just come along, be able to lift them off, disconnect them and take them inside. Right, let's get those on. I'm going to put each speaker in the center of these sleepers, and then I'm going to run the power over the back, so it'll come into the back of this speaker, and then we'll run the speaker cable itself to the other speaker again over the back so that it's not visible. Right, I've marked the center, so 2.4 meters, so 1.2 meters is the center. And now to get the bracket on, to be able to access it, all you've got to do is just screw off the adjusters at the end. Same on the other side. Take that off. Nice and easy, you don't need any spanners or anything, which is unusual for these. And then that just pulls off, and that's the bracket that we're going to be installing. All simple and straightforward. There's the mark, that's where the bracket's going to go. And as you can see, we need to make sure that the bracket is this way up, because that's how it's going to sit on the screw. So let's get it marked. And we'll put the pilot hole in. that done. Get the 2 screws. And we're not going to go all the way in because we want to drop the speakers on. Let's test the bracket. Look at that, perfect. That's not going anywhere. Job well done on that. And we'll just repeat that process. Again, get it centered at 1.2 meters, mark it off. You use a level if you want, but I tend not to do that. Again, just mark for where the pilot holes are going. Quickly drill the pilot holes and the 2 screws in. Now this oak it's like concrete. That's why you have to use the pilot holes. And we'll try the bracket in situ. Just tighten it a little bit. Right, and that means that there's no movement, but it can easily be taken off. Let's get the power source done now. So we need to put the 3-pin plug into the socket and then attach the transformer like that, and then that goes into the back of the speaker. Now unfortunately, if I open this up, there isn't space in here to fit the transformer, and I wouldn't like this to be outdoor. So what I'm going to do is, I've got an electrical box for extension sockets outside, so I'm going to put this into there to protect it over winter and the bad weather. So get the plug, pop that in, run it down and close it. Right, that's all sorted. So we've got a power light on here now, and we're going to run this up over the back and across to the speaker bracket. The master speaker is going to be on the right hand side of the hot tub, and we're going to run the cable for the slave over to the left. And if we have a look on the back of the master speaker, your 2 connections at the bottom are obviously for your speaker cable, and then this here, if you take that out, you've got a nice waterproof rubber area for your 12-volt input. We'll get the master speaker first, put red to red, black to black. Just pop that into there, screw it down, and the red into there, screw that down. Now we'll pop it on the bracket and get the power in. Now there's a slight change of plan. So fortunately, I can actually get to the back of the speakers through this wood. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to utilise this hole that's provided. I'll screw through, and then we can feed the cables from the back, and that'll look a lot better. There'll be no trailing speaker or power cables. And again, to do that, we just need to mark the hole, take the bracket off and drill. And the same with the second one. Get the bracket, pop it back on, and there's the hole in the back. Right, so we'll pop the power through from the back. So that's that through. We'll get the speaker. Now I've already connected the speaker cable, so all I'll do is, I'm going to feed this through the other way now. Mount the power. It just goes into there. Continue with the cable for the speakers. And now it's just a case of popping it on the bracket. So we've got the fasteners, pop one on top where I can see it first. Get the one from underneath. And that is how easy it is. Perfect. In my eagerness to get these installed, I've made the cardinal sin of not measuring twice. So I'm about just 1.5 feet short on the original cable. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to splice it into some other cable that I've got just to extend it. And then I'm going to use some shrinking tubes on it, just to waterproof it for the time being. I'll get some more cable though. So we'll just splice these together. Red to red and black to black. Pull the sheath over and then shrink it. Right, it's a temporary fix, but it's done. Pull the cable through from the back. Again, everything's hidden, so it will look so much better than I'd originally anticipated, in all honesty. So there's the cable. Get the bracket through from the back. Pop that on. Get the speaker and connect it. Pop it in place and get the fasteners. There's the second one. Again, easily movable. Get it powered up and try it. Right, we'll power it on. Now you just heard that noise there. That was obviously to say that it's switched on. That's it, all fitted. They look absolutely fantastic. You'll listen to them in a second. I don't know if you'll get the benefit with it being through the camera, but it only took me about 20 minutes in total, and that was messing around with having to connect to some additional wire as well. Let me just explain why I got Herdio speakers in the first place. And the one reason is, I was pressure washing the hot tub about 2 years ago, and the speakers that came with the hot tub, I went over them with the pressure washer and I obliterated the cone inside on both speakers. So then I had to see if I could get some new ones. And I searched around, and basically the Herdio ones were the only ones that I found that were a reasonable price, came in the right size, were marine quality. They just fitted everything that I needed. So I purchased them. They were as good as the ones that originally came with the hot tub, and they haven't let me down. The only reason why I've got the 501s now is purely and simply I just want more noise, more music, something that's more enveloping when I'm in the hot tub. And also when we've got people around as well. Small speakers are good, but you need to be on top of them. If you've got something that gives you a richer, more bass sound, so much better, and that's exactly what these speakers do. Right, let's listen to them. Right, into the Bluetooth menu. Let's go down to the bottom, see what there is. So it's searching, and there we go, HS501. If we click on that, it says that it's purring. Do you want to purr? Yes, we do. And you heard it in the background then, the speaker actually made a noise to say that it's purred. So let's play some music. There it is, all purred. That's it, speakers all fitted perfectly. They sound fantastic. I've been listening to a bit of Pitbull, Fireball, superb, can't knock it. Really loud, very impressive. I'm going to put some royalty-free music on. I'm hoping that you'll be able to pick it up okay. But if you can't, you're just going to have to take my word on it. These speakers are fantastic. The only thing that I would say is if you've got a bigger space, and this is quite a big space, but if you've got a bigger space, try going for the 601s. They'll be even beefier. Right, let's listen. This is the iPhone 14 Pro Max. It's all set up on the S23 Ultra from Samsung as well. That's what we're videoing on, but let's turn this up and listen. Need to figure out how to use this. Now, if you can hear that, you should be able to hear it. Nice bit of beach club music there. Fast forward it. So I'm hoping that you're getting that there's bass, there's highlights, there's everything that you'd need. And I'm having to talk quite loud as well. Not anymore though, because it's finished. In summary then, would I buy these speakers again? Absolutely, definitely. I'll recommend these to everybody that I know. If they've got a patio area or a hot tub like this, so much better than the ones that came with the hot tub originally. Not that they were bad speakers, it's just that they were only 2.5 inch if I'm not mistaken. So 5 1/4 woofer and a 1-inch tweeter, and you can really tell the difference. You're brought into the music rather than it being tinny. So yeah, definitely purchase them again.